Hi, good people. How are you? Mko salama? I feel like saying, guess who's back? Back again. Jockey's back. Back again. I know. I've missed in these streets. I know I have been quiet. I don't know. Life happened. Let's just say life happened, and things are good. Things are okay. Nothing was bad. Maybe just to be honest with you, is when the schools were out, I really had to balance being a mom. As you well know, I'm a stay-at-home mom, so everything was being dependent on me, and I had to first know my balance, know what I need to do, and yeah, I'm back. So back like I never left, right? As I was planning on what to say on this episode, I had so many conflicting ideas, and something in my spirit just told me to go to this direction. I was directed to a page on my journal that I would love us to read it, and then I can explain better, right? Okay. Loving Jesus. Today I am really, really sad. I'm angry, not with you, but with myself. I have been crying since morning. My heart is so heartbroken, crushed to a point I couldn't breathe. I had to catch my breath. My mental state was bad, like bad. And I've put some exclamations. I had suicide thoughts, and the more I thought about it, I cried. I crowed. A point when I was crying, I remember asking you if I'm only called to be a mom. Nothing else, just staying at home and being miserable. I'm broke. My business is closed. My house is not a home. My kids are requesting for things that I can't give them at this moment. I'm actually asking myself if I'm worthy or deserve to be their mom. And that's where the enemy used this to end it. And I've quoted suicide thoughts. But I know you promise that with long life you shall sustain me, meaning no premature death over me, my husband, and my children. I have been holding so much that it was bound to be an outburst today. I have been feeling worthless. My life has no meaning, depressed, yani a lot of things. I may need therapy, but you are God, the Father of the fatherless, to the widows and to everyone who seeks you. So as I write this and music in the background, I'm reminded of your faithfulness, your promises over me, and the assurance I have that you have my back. John 10 tells me that the enemy comes only to steal, kill, and destroy. But you, Lord, have come that I may have life and have it to the full. So even though the enemy wanted to steal my joy, kill and destroy my hopes, faith, and your promises, I know that you are God and you have my back. For you will leave the 99 and come back looking for me. You love me unconditionally. Your promises are yes and amen. The joy of the Lord is my strength. I have the peace of Christ that transcends all human understanding. I am worthy. You've turned my mourning into dancing. For your yoke is easy and the burden is light. I'm leaving it all to you at your feet. Have your way. I'm a good mom. I am worthy. I am highly favored. I am covered by his blood. I am not a nobody. I am the child of the Most High, the apple of his eye. God, please align me with your purpose and calling over my life. I thank you for the scriptures that you have reminded me of whom I am. I am grateful. I am thankful. Njoki. Just reading it out loud has brought so many emotions. It has reminded me where I was that year. It has reminded me the things that I felt were painful. To be really honest, I was not at peace last year. Oof, I just feel like crying. So last year was such a bad year. There was an year that I really did not like, or things were not just working for me, was 2023. From January, I believe, from January up to December, I was in the pits, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. But from all that, I think spiritually was a bit better. But it was such a bad year. Things were not working out for me. In the month of April, I had to shut down my business, my physical location. There was something that hubby and I were really trusting God for, and we had prayed for. We had even known that it's gonna happen, and things went downhill. Like you do know when you feel like you are anticipating something and you're very hopeful, like it was part of your goals for that year, and then thinking that things will work out, it flops. That was 2023. Also, what else? My mental health was in the pits. Literally, I was crushed every left, right, and center. I think I really held it together for a while, for a really long time. But somewhere around September, something was triggered, or let me say someone said something to me and it triggered an outburst. I was bad. So somebody commented. So as you can imagine, I was really hanging on a thin thread. Things from January are just downhill. And then around September or October, someone from church commented something. In fact, she mentioned my kids and questioned my parenting, and I just felt crushed, really crushed, and it broke me. And I think my mental state there, it was bad, but now it was going 6 feet under, like it was collapsing. And yeah, so I hated that year. And during that whole year, I was journaling, because I felt like my prayers were not, I wasn't praying. My prayers were not even hitting the roof. Like, it was just mere words. I did not know what I was saying. It was just like those things that you feel like you've checked the box, you've prayed, but it's not meaningful. You're just checking boxes. That was me. That was last year. I now understand why I had to say this and read it, because some of the journalings we do not share it, right? But I thought it was right for me to share this, because we are almost coming to the end of the year, and I believe there's somebody whose 2024 has not been a good year. For a mom who has not had it all figured out this year, or maybe you had so many plans for this year and nothing seemed to work, nothing was working out. your finances were in the pits. You've tried everything. It's not like you were sleeping or you're being lazy, but things were just not aligning. I feel you. Trust me, that was me last year. And I'm so grateful that I had my partner around, because during that time, I just kept, actually, before I wrote, when I was writing this, I told him I'm not okay. And for him to hear me say that, he knows it's me telling him things are bad. And I know maybe I'm speaking from a point of privilege, that I have somebody I can lean on to. Maybe he took up the role so fast. He held me, he surrounded me, he covered me with prayers. He did all that. And that's why I'm saying I'm speaking from a point of maybe of privilege for some of you, because some of you moms, you're juggling everything by yourself. You don't have your baby daddy, or your partner, maybe he went to be with the Lord and things are not working out. I just want to send my virtual hugs to all you moms who have had it rough this year. I really sympathize with you. But even as you saw me writing this, I kept on reassuring myself that God is a good God, that God is a loving God, that His promises over your life shall always come to fruition. And it might not seem like that. It might seem that it's far-fetched, or maybe it's not meant for you, but imagine it's for you. Jeremiah, in the book of Jeremiah, it says, before you'd formed me, you knew me, and you set me apart. So He knew you, He formed you, He knows the number of hair in your head. So don't give up. Don't lose hope. Don't feel discouraged. Lean on God. Trust on Him. Leave it at His feet. At least let God, if you were taking charge, let Him, allow Him to take it, and let Him exceedingly and abundantly surprise you. But I know how it felt. Last year was bad. It was crazy. It was bad. And I kept asking myself, you see, from what I've read, do I really deserve to be a mom? Just a stay-at-home mom? And I have just put exclamation, because I'm trying to start, my business has failed, and now you see my kids, somehow I'm also dependent on daddy. So when they are asking for things and I tell them I cannot afford, or we will let you know, it crushed me, anything as simple as going out maybe to a mall and just having fun, as kids, I couldn't afford at all. I honestly could not afford. I felt so bad. I felt like, is it just me? Is my purpose just being a stay-at-home mom? Is it supposed just to be like this? Am I not called out for anything else? And that's why even those suicide thoughts came over. I think the one thing that always crushes me is my children's if I don't feel like I've done well towards my children, if I have not given them the best according to my capability, just even those simple things like just taking a child to a mall, or just buying them pizza on a Sunday. It was always Sunday church, and then coming back home, and then now figuring out what to eat. It is not good. And the reason why everything now trickled down and there was an outburst that I had to write this is because someone just questioned my parenting. I will not go into details, but I really even questioned myself now, even worse. Like, what? I have tried my best. These kids, I am literally doing everything that I need to do. Yeah, I'm making sure they are fed, they are clothed, they are at least having good manners, right, when they're outside. And just a simple mistake, now you question my whole parenting. And it's a mistake that a child does when they are free with someone, and I'm not justifying, because I sat them down and I told them, but the approach that this person came with really made me think about it so much, and it broke me to a point now I could not even go to church. I could not visit. I will take my kids to Sunday school, but I will never attend the service. I felt so much hurt, so much bitterness. So I used to just go back in the car and cry. Let me tell you, I have cried the most from around August. Was it? Yeah, August to October. I have cried. I kept on locking myself in the house, in my bedroom, just crying. Every day my partner would come. He sees my swollen eyes. I was not even there for my kids. My mental health was bad. But you know what? As I wrote this, I felt peace. I felt, things are not, I can't see anything good about this situation, but there was a peace that I felt. And so I'm back here to tell you, Mommy, it shall be well. Probably, and I had this from our pastor, he said, probably this is your season for being a mom, being a stay-at-home mom. And it might be a bitter pill to swallow, but maybe it is maybe your time to just nurture your child. Maybe it's your season for making them independent, showing them how independence is, giving them confidence. Because maybe you will have a nanny who will keep on saying, we kazi yako ni ku, they put words over them because somehow they do have an authority because they are taking care of your child. But because you have the authority over your child, maybe it's your season to tell your child, you got this. You're drawing. I'm so proud of how you're drawing. You can be the best artist in this world. You can be the president of this country, You sing so well. I'm so proud of you, Mama. You can sing. Like right now, during this season of being a stay-at-home mom, I've seen how good and excellent my son is in football. That boy is good. You cannot convince me that he's not good. And maybe I would not have seen it as I was working or making money and all that. Right now, he tells me he needs to go for a football tournament. I am willing to chip in, So maybe it was my season for me to see those things that I might have not seen. My son is such a good football player, and I'm so proud of him. And I pray that his gifts and talents, and all my children's gifts and talents, will make them great. Yeah, the Bible says that we will serve the kings and queens and not obscure men. I pray that they will serve kings and queens, and if you understand it, if you understand what I mean. It's not serving them like being slaves, but showing their gifts and talents to them, to these people who will recognize them. That's my prayer. And so, Mama, your business might have probably been shut down. It is well. To every mom who desires to be the best, it is well. You will get through it. As I've written here at the end, I said, I am worthy. Even without that job, even without that money, even without that title of a different career, you are worthy. Tap your chest and say, I am worthy. I am worthy. I am worthy. I am a good mom. Always assure yourself you are a good mom. Even when I feel like things are not working for me, I just sit down and say, I am a good mom. I am a good mom. It might not be by the standards that social media has set, but guess what? I am a good mom. I am a good mom. I might not take them to vacations every month or every end of term, but I still am a good mom, right? I might not buy them the latest shoe, the latest PS, or the latest anything, but hey, they are fed, they are clothed, they have a roof, they are clean. You're a good mom, and it's okay just being a good mom. And you're highly favored. That is a calling. Just being a mom, being in that season that you are in right now, you're favored. That season, take it with all the glory. Take it all, accept it. Go through that season with confidence. You know something, and it might ruffle some feathers, but do you know, even during that time, someone told me that if I will only become a mom, will I only be a mom for the rest of my years? For the rest of my youthful years, will I just be a mom? And I don't know how I did not snap. I just told them, this is that season, and I'll be glad. I am glad being in that season. That was sad. That was really angry. That I felt like I could punch some walls. But I I just felt I did not need to explain myself. I did not need to show anger, because God knows. Before He formed me, He knew that this time I would be here. He knew that my business in April would shut down. He knew. He knew. So don't lose hope. It shall be well. And if you're a mom there, and not only even moms, even anyone whose year, maybe this 2024 has been a bad year, let's say it together, shall we? I am worthy. I am worthy. It shall be well. It shall be well. And things will work out for my good. Things shall and will and must work out for my good. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I hope someone who's had a bad year, who thinks this was the worst year, like that as it was for my case last year, I hope it will be a good year next year. I pray that 2025 will be a good year, and even the remaining of the months, the December, that things will surely start working out for my good. And I'll tell you what somebody told me last year, December, while we were crossing over, because we were from church, and out of church, he told me, 2025, hii mwaka hautalia tena. And truthfully, sijalia tena. So I pray 2025 will be that year for you. Hautalia tena. Hautalia tena. You will not cry. And the enemy will not take hold of your mind to convince you that otherwise from what God has spoken over your life. And you will not kill yourself. You will not end your life. You will not have a premature death until God fulfills His purpose over your life. So stand on those promises. If you know anyone who's going through a rough time or a rough few months or a rough end of the last quarter of the year, maybe you can share this with them. I pray that it will speak to you, that it will give you hope. It might not be social media worthy, but I know it will speak to you. So thank you so much for everyone who had been asking where I have been, asking when is the next episode dropping. Now it's here. Everyone who said they've watched my previous episodes, thank you so much. At least I can put a face to that subscriber. Thank you for every subscriber. Everyone, thank you so much. And until next time, God loves you, and spread love. Bye.